December 5, Saint Sabas. Sabas is one of the most famous monks of Palestine. His father was an officer in the army, and when he had to go to Alexandria, Egypt, he left his young son with his brother-in-law. Since his aunt treated him badly, young Sabas ran away to another uncle. When an argument arose between the two uncles, Sabas felt very bad because he liked to see people at peace. So he ran away to live in a monastery. His two uncles felt ashamed of themselves, and they told Sabas to come out and they would give him all his property. But by this time Sabas was too happy in the monastery to think of going back to a worldly life. Even though he was the youngest person in that monastery, he was the most fervent. When he was 18, Saint Sabas went to Jerusalem to learn to live as a hermit, because he felt inclined to live alone with God. For a while, however, he was advised to live in another monastery there, for he was still young. He obeyed and joyfully did all the heavy work, chopping wood for the fires and carrying the heavy jugs of water. One day, Saint Sabas was sent to Alexandria, Egypt, as a companion to another monk. There he ran into his father and mother. They tried their best to make him come with them and enjoy the same honors his father had won. Not Sabas. He would not even take the money they tried to give him. Finally, he accepted 3 gold pieces, but when he got back to the monastery, he gave them to the abbot. At last, he was able to spend 4 years completely alone, as he desired. But after that, he had to found a monastery for all the disciples who came to him. And before long, he was put in charge of all the monks in Palestine who lived the life he lived. Even when sent to the emperor on important affairs for the church, Saint Sabas wore his poor rags and kept to his hours of prayer. When a disciple claimed that the emperor might be offended, the saint answered, "My son, the emperor does his duty, and we must do ours." Let us pray to know the will of God for us, and then let us follow it with generosity.